So this little video is about module design in specific using a very kind of visual tactile tool called Clothesline or Motionline or something like that. So we're going to look at how to design a module using the Clothesline technique. So here we go, we're going to start with a clothesline, a washing line. I'm going to pick a real basic module, marketing principles. So it's a real simple basic module that we should all be quite familiar with. So actually you always start with the blue shirt at the end. And there is a bonus point if you know why it's blue. And I attended a meeting once with loads of marketing directors from loads of top companies, and a lot of them agreed that STP is the basis of marketing. So as learning is all about developing behaviours, you start with the blue shirt, which is the outcome. What do you want your students to be able to do? So I want my students at the end of this marketing principles to have a good, clear, solid understanding of STP. So that's what the end result is, so then I can work across. So I've got segmentation, targeting, positioning. So they're the key areas that I want to look at. Now a good thing about the clotheslining is you can work horizontally, as you can see there, but you can also work vertically. So when I'm looking at segmentation, it's actually, you can't really see it too well in the videos, but that's the 4 different types of segmentation. So I can put them down there. And then when I talk about targeting, got my basic 4 Ps, so the product, the pricing strategies, the place, and the promotion mix there, the 4 Ps. Now once again, because you haven't actually written anything down now, it's quite nice, you can move things around. So here I've there's realised that it's called a marketing mix. So you kind of need a session purely on the mix, how it all combines together. And then we look at the positioning, so we've got a value perception map and then a value proposition. And now I have the course basics of my marketing principles module. So I know what I want to teach and kind of a basic flow as to what I want to do. As I said, you can move these around, little pegs on the clothesline, move the shirts around, move the clothing around. But that blue shirt, the outcome always has to be at the far right hand side. When I've done that, it's time to transfer it all onto these kind of module placemat that we're developing. So there I've got the basics of the module placemat, and I can start to put these things onto where it should be. So the middle bit there is where the name of the module goes. I like to leave week 1 as kind of an overview module, introduction, things like that, maybe play some games, maybe do a bit of the induction process that we need to bring into modules, etc. So therefore, you can see that each kind of concept and theory goes into a different week. Once again, because I'm just moving post-it notes around in effect now, there's nothing written down, so I don't need to finalise anything. But here I know that week 6 I need to keep free for maybe a guest lecture, or there might be an assessment coming up in that week or something like that, so I keep that free. And as we can still see, I've put my segmentation in week 2, my 4 areas of targeting, my 4 Ps in the next 4 weeks, keeping week 6 free. Week 8 there is my marketing mix as a whole. Week 9 I've got my perception map, and then week 10 value proposition. And then what I do with this nice big box in the middle is, once again, this is where I show what I want the learners to know, what I want them to understand. So that's how my module has now taken shape. So I've used this clotheslining, and I'm taking the information off the clothesline and putting it onto this module mapping placemat guide. I can see there I've got a gap on week 6 for my guest presentations or whatever, gap in week 11, always quite nice, can do a recap week, bit of a quiz, make it a bit fun before the seriousness of the presentations or the exam starts, etc. And then once it's all set, this is how I do my modules. So I take the shirts away, put the theory in there. All I do in the middle bit is I try and make it all based around a simple theory. So as we know, it's all based around STP. So I've just created a hypermodel where everything's based there. And then this is useful now because this system now is usually the first slide I show every learner. So it shows them what we're doing specifically that week and how it fits into the bigger picture of the module as a whole. It also helps kind of with module design. When I plan it all out like this, I can see where gaps are. Like when I saw my marketing mix, I needed a week really where it shows that I needed to show the mix, not just each one individually. So by planning it all out in a very visual way, it can really help you identify any gaps in your module where you need to develop. It can also help the learners identify where this kind of fits into the bigger picture, what they're going to do next week, where they've come from the week before, etc. And really look at the flow of the module. So we've got a real simple clothesline onto the module mapping. Any questions, just ask me, guys.